Welcome back to C-Ent News NTQ. In this video, we'll take a look at the latest stories making headlines in Chinese entertainment. Zhang Linghe praised by Taiwan Affairs Office, then official media exposed this detail. A few months ago, Zhang Linghe was probably not expecting that one scene from Zhu would follow him everywhere. It was supposed to be a heroic horseback riding scene. He played Zhang, a powerful military commander, dressed in dark armor, carrying the image of a man who should have belonged to the battlefield. Dust, blood, wind, hardship, that was the feeling audiences expected. But when the close-up appeared, everything changed. His face looked too fair, too polished, too clean for a warrior. In just one night, the internet gave him a new nickname, the Foundation General. The jokes came fast and harsh. Some people said, he has to fight at 6, so he wakes up at 4 to do his makeup. Others joked, General, your foundation is falling off. Let's fight another day. At first, it sounded funny. But when the same joke was repeated again and again, it became a label. And once a label is placed on a public figure, it is never easy to remove. That was probably one of the most uncomfortable moments for Zhang Linghe. As an actor, he may not have controlled every detail of the styling or makeup. Last month, he appeared at the 18th Straits Forum in Xiamen. He wore a gray Zhongshan suit, standing on stage with a calm and steady presence. The first words he said were in Minnan dialect, Di ho, meaning hello, everyone. It was not a dramatic moment. It was not the kind of scene designed to make people scream. But somehow, it felt sincere. For 6 minutes, he spoke without a script. He talked about the word crossing. From electrical engineering to acting, from acting to public welfare documentaries, his own path had always been about stepping into unfamiliar places and learning again from the beginning. There was something very human about that. Because most people at some point in life have also crossed from one world into another. We leave something familiar. We enter something unknown. We get questioned, misunderstood, sometimes even laughed at. But we still have to keep going. When Zhang Linghe said that only by going deep into local communities can people discover real beauty, and only by staying close to the front line can people understand the country better, it did not feel like a perfect celebrity speech. It felt more like a young man trying to share what he had truly seen. He also said that the distance across the strait cannot stop people on both sides from becoming closer. The applause at the scene kept coming. Not long after the forum, Qin Binhua, spokesperson for the Taiwan Affairs Office, publicly praised Zhang Linghe. He said Zhang had responded to the expectations of young people in Taiwan for closer exchange and dialogue, and had shown the sincere feelings of mainland youth who care about cross-strait development. Then CCTV 13's News Weekly selected him as one of its People of the Week. He became the only representative from the arts and entertainment industry in that episode. For many actors, this kind of recognition is not easy to receive. And for Zhang Linghe, who had just been mocked online not long ago, the contrast felt even stronger. But honestly, the part that touched many people the most was not the forum or the official praise. It was his quiet donation to Guangxi. After Typhoon Maisak caused serious flooding in several areas, including Fangchenggang and Hangzhou in Nanning, many celebrities donated money and supplies. Zhang Linghe also helped through one foundation. But he did not post about it loudly. He did not use it to create a trending topic. He did not turn kindness into a performance. Only later did people learn that he had already quietly completed the donation. That detail makes people feel something different. Because real kindness does not always come with a spotlight. Sometimes, it is just someone doing what they can, quietly and steadily, without asking everyone to look. Maybe this is also why some viewers began to soften toward him. People remembered that before becoming an actor, Zhang Linghe was not someone who entered the industry with only a pretty face. He studied electrical engineering at Nanjing Normal University. He once dreamed of working for the state grid. His academic background was strong, and his path before acting was very different from the usual entertainment story. Later, when State Grid Jiangsu Electric Power invited him to experience a day of frontline work, he actually went under the sun. He followed power workers to inspect equipment and learn about maintenance. He did not act distant. He did not treat it like a simple photo opportunity. He seemed willing to lower himself, listen, learn, and stand with ordinary workers. That is the part that makes people feel closer to him. Because behind the actor, behind the costume, behind the online nickname, there is still a real person. A young man who has been laughed at, questioned, pushed into controversy, but still chooses to move forward quietly. Looking back now, the Foundation General label feels almost like a small chapter in a much bigger story. Yes, that scene was criticized. Yes, the styling caused debate. But one imperfect image should not define an entire person. What Zhang Linghe showed afterward was not a loud counterattack. He did not rush to argue with everyone. He did not try to prove himself through anger. He simply kept doing things. He stood on a public stage and spoke with sincerity. He used his influence to support cultural exchange. He quietly sent supplies to people in need. He returned to his old professional background and paid respect to frontline workers. And slowly, people began to realize that maybe they had judged him too quickly. In showbiz, it is easy to love someone overnight, and even easier to mock someone overnight. But time is often the fairest answer. A joke can go viral for a few days. A nickname can follow someone for months. But character is revealed through choices.